but I did not know the wonder that was going to happen. Hey y'all, this is Adam from the Inkstand channel. Okay, this video, why I dived head first into the Nightwish rabbit hole. All right, normally, for those of you who are not familiar with the channel, I very often, I try to keep it away from me and my personal experience. But because I have a series of videos that are coming out very soon here, I'll probably post right after I do this one. And then as much feedback as I get, as fast as I can post them, I will do so because I'm so passionate about this right now. I am what I refer to as a performing and literary artist. I am an interdisciplinary artist. I was trained in a way that we incorporate all different aspects of the humanities together to create an experience. And yes, there is a way to train for that. I had a wonderful professor who, when I got my bachelor's degree, and my bachelor's degree is in theater performance, when I got that degree, my mentor was an artist from South America, and he didn't let it be just enough for us to be actors. It wasn't enough that we study acting. We needed to know everything. And that is kind of the F part in my BFA, my Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. I also have a master's degree in theater studies, focusing primarily on writing, directing, and dramaturgy. I have worked as a dramaturg all over the country. I also am a writer. That is my primary focus. And the reason why I have decided to do this video is because my channel is going to take a little bit of a left turn. I realize just having the channel be about writing is not quite enough because I am not just a writer. I have worked as a voice coach. I have worked as a voice and speech coach. My day job that provides me with the health insurance is as a pediatric speech and language therapist. I've worked with every demographic from little teeny tiny itty bitties, 3 years old, all the way to professional Shakespeare scholars and Shakespeare performers. As I mentioned, my bachelor's is in acting, my master's is in theater studies. I have a certification professionally from the National Shakespeare Conservatory. I've done a lot of different things, and pigeonholing my channel just into being about writing isn't enough because that's not enough for what I want to give the people who are gracious enough to spend some time with me on this channel. So it's more about the breadth of what I do. The splash video at the beginning has changed a little bit. We got to talk about the humanities. The humanities are what makes us human. And at the end of the day, I consider myself to be a humanities professional. I've written 2 musicals. I'm almost done with a third. Of course, it's taken me like 20 years to finish the third. And one of the reasons why is because my musicianship, being an interdisciplinary artist, means I can operate at a professional level in just about every aspect of the humanities. I do not draw. I can draw, but only a stick figure that you might recognize as supposed to be a stick figure. And I can dance if I want to. I can take choreography, but otherwise, I've worked as a professional in every other aspect of the humanities, be that music, be that acting, be that writing. And I want to bring all of that combined stuff together to share with you the things that move me and to help you as the consumer of the content be able to look at things maybe the way an artist does. All of that is preamble. I killed my microphone. All of that is preamble to why I jumped down the Nightwish rabbit hole. This experience, I don't want to name the experience because I don't want the YouTube gods to descend upon me with righteous fury. But this experience that we're all going through worldwide has changed a lot of what's going on. My initial plan had been to work on the channel and transition out of the day job, move more into working one-on-one with people and working my craft and making some changes. Well, I started on that road. If you look at my channel, you'll see I started down that road in March, right before this whole thing impacted all of us so significantly. And so my plans were sort of derailed. I'm grateful for that. Unlike so many in this world, I do have a job. But it doesn't change the fact that I was about to transition out of that before this whole thing occurred. So I kind of felt a little lost, moving sort of sideways. And I know this is all about me. So please understand, if you want to go to the next video, which is not a reaction video, as I call it, please, I won't be offended, but I wanted to give some context as to why we're here. So I kind of lost myself, and I'm working on finishing my second novel here, and it's dark, folks. It's dark, and I would say it's kind of Nightwish dark. Because the symphonic metal sensibility kind of runs through most of what I do. But I did not know Nightwish. I'd heard the name probably somewhere along the line from other musician friends of mine, but I did not know the band. But I soundtrack absolutely everything that I write. And I'll do a video on soundtracking your writing process another time. But to be brief, I soundtrack what I write. So as I'm writing, I have to be surrounded by music that's in the vibe of what I'm writing. So I hit Apple TV Plus, or sorry, Apple Music, and I'm looking for something big symphonic. And I was listening to a lot of instrumental sort of classical fusion stuff, really sort of hard driving, but classical instrumentation. And in that search to find more music while I was on a writing marathon, Nightwish popped up. Now, I was introduced to Nightwish. I can't believe I was going to say Nightwatch. Too much Game of Thrones. I was introduced to Nightwish in this way, looking for a specific style of sound to move me emotionally into what I was working on. So that was my entry point. It wasn't watching reaction videos. It wasn't, hey, you got to hear this and your brain's going to explode. Although I did, and it did, that's not how I got here. And I, as an artist, as a content creator of intellectual property, I dove head for. I needed to know everything. I started to watch YouTube. I started to look up more videos. I started to look for live performances. And initially, like so many others, I did not know that there had been some changes in the lineup. So my first introduction to Nightwish was Tarja singing Ghost Love Score, because that's kind of what drove the operatic element into my feed as I was soundtracking. And Taria is wonderful. She is wonderful. Dog decided to help out. Let's hope that doesn't jump too much onto the video. Okay, so Taria, amazing. But I did not know the wonder that was going to happen a little later on. So once I start with Ghost Love Score, I start diving into YouTube and looking into videos, and I just descended to the point where, it's been a few weeks now. I have not made a video to talk about this, but I think you might be able to understand the connection as I talk about interdisciplinary art and being an interdisciplinary artist, and why Nightwish is such a perfect fit for what moves me and what drives me. Also, as a musician, I write a lot of stuff in a minor key. Poetry and lyrics that come out of me tend to be either somewhat romantic and love lost, or dark, or telling a story because I need to create, but I need to find something outside of myself to create with. Because of that reason, it wasn't just the music. Understand something that maybe is important. Yeah, I'm kind of an older dude, but what you need to understand is I am right smack dab in the midst of the Nightwish generational panoply. I'm about 4 years older than Tuomas. I'm almost exactly the same age as Kai. I got a couple of months on him. Floor is younger. Marco is significantly older. Empu is about 5 years younger than me, give or take. So it's and Troy is significantly older than I as well. He's closer to a contemporary of Marco's. So while it may seem strange that that a content creator of my years, and I'm 47 this year, might be so incredibly diehard into Nightwish as an artist, but I fall right into the sort of same generational melange as the band. So I was exposed to a lot of the same elements as Tuomas, and have a number of the same sort of influences on my taste in music and what's created. And one day, maybe, if the constellations align, I mean, I just first of all, I got to see him live, which is difficult for me. But second, maybe he can offer some wine suggestions. But the thing is, I relate to the influences coming into the band and the storytelling that they do. The second aspect of this is more personal, and it sort of centers around two members of the band, one past and one present. I stopped performing several years ago. At least stopped performing regularly. Every now and then I'll do something special, because I got very, very ill. And the reason I got very, very ill was due to chronic and severe insomnia. So when I was digging through, Nightwish issues, or Nightwish issues, that's not the right way to put it. When I was digging through Nightwish information, because like I said, as a writer, I research the hell out of everything all the time. It's a compulsion to know as much as I can about whatever I can. So as I was digging through and saw the struggle that Juka was having. I completely understood because I've been through and currently go through the same struggles, and there are good days and there are bad days. Um, and maybe I'll do another video about shift work disorder, chronic insomnia, things like that. But my heart so goes out to Juka, and I can so relate to his experience. Very very briefly for me, chronic insomnia can lead to a number of health risks, but primarily the exhaustion. And if you couple that with stress, and touring is stress, but you incorporate that with stress, it will destroy your immune system. It will just shred it. And for me, I wound up very, very sick in my mid to late 20s because of stress and exhaustion due to chronic, persistent insomnia. When I do live streams, sometimes it's hard to get viewers because when I do them, it's great European time. So if I have any European viewers out there, we're going to kind of be in sync at times because um, my sleep schedule is so erratic. Sometimes I'm on 32 hours awake. Sometimes I'm on 36. Recently, it was an epic. I think it was something like 42. I think was where I got to hours without sleep. I just that's how insomnia works, real insomnia. And so when I saw that Juka was leaving the band, I was saddened. And then when I saw why he was leaving the performance side of things, I just had to nod my head and be like, brother, I'm with you. So Juka, if you see this, brother, I'm with you. I completely understand where you're coming from. I'm going to pause this for 1 second. I'll be right back with you guys. So I'm back with you. Yeah, so Juka, brother, I feel you, and kudos to you for stepping up and saying, hey, I got to take care of me. I did not do that, and I suffered the consequences, and mad props to you for that. The second thing, one of the contributors to the insomnia that I face is something that is relatable to Floor. And I could go all over the place about Floor, and I will in other videos that time more directly to the work. But Floor discussed recently in a video that she made, a live stream, keeping in touch with her fans, about being a high sensitive. And you would be amazed at how many artists, male and female, are high sensitives. I have a theory that it kind of at times goes hand in hand, and that's where the 27 rule comes in, because high sensitivity often kicks into high gear in the 20s. And I too am a high sensitive. I'm actually a metaphysical practitioner. That's a whole other career wing that is on a whole other channel, and maybe sometimes there'll be crossover. But as a metaphysical practitioner, I'm extremely sensitive to emotional states and things that are going on. And so I've never heard Floor talk about this in particular. I have no problem as a performer being in front of a stadium full of people. In fact, one time I was in a probably a 4,000 or 5,000 seat auditorium when I was scrounging for work early on, or right after I was recovering from the illness that I had in my 20s. And I performed in front of like 4,000 people in what ostensibly amounted to a diaper and a mask, like a Fu Manchu, with a Fu Manchu mustache, and a hat that looked like a sperm. There are photos somewhere in front of 4,000 people, including my dad, during an opera. I had a non-singing role in Turandot as the high executioner. The one time in my life that I think the casting director wondered if I was too small for a part, but I got it, and it was money, and that's how you roll when you're performing. Um, no problem performing that way. Slathered in gold body paint. Somewhere there was a photo. My sister is a stage manager. Somewhere there's a photo of her applying gold body paint to my backside, which I think she holds on for blackmail purposes somewhere along the way. And I am not a small mammal. I'm not, a swimsuit calendar dude. Um, so performing in nothing but like a diaper, a sperm hat, a mask, and yeah. So I have no problem doing that in front of thousands of people, but ask me to be in the midst of the energy of a huge crowd, and it's terrifying to me. I bring in all their energy. I take in all their energy. It's like having a million different energies coming at me in a million different ways. Whereas on stage, when you're having that energy, you're whipping up the crowd, you're getting them involved. It's all coming at you in one purpose. It's unified. But inside, within the crowd, it's so diverse and dispersed. And so while I have no problem and I love performing for large crowds, I hate being in the midst of a large crowd. But I may have to in October if concerts are back on. It's not rescheduled. I'm going to do everything in my power to make the drive to Cali for one of Nightwish's LA shows. I don't know if it's going to happen until this experience we're all experiencing together worldwide happens. So when I saw that Floor is also a high sensitive and needs to go out into nature, which is something the same thing that I do to rejuvenate, go out into nature, be by herself, recommune within, bring in the energy from the natural environment around her, deal, with her horses, with animals. I don't have horses, I have dogs, but nonetheless, um, I I was like, yes, sister, amen, sister, you go, girl. Yes, I'm there with you. So, and none of that is even really dealing just with the music, man, which in itself is something that lives and breathes. So I made this video to talk about why I went down the rabbit hole. The reaction, I call them not a reaction videos. And the reason why I call them not a reaction videos, I'll hit on this briefly at the beginning of the first one, is because um, most of this music is not going to be brand new to me. I love it. I adore it. I'm breathing it. It's like I'm living this music right now. Um, and I invite you to live it along with me. But I'm going to be deconstructing some things that are in my wheelhouse. So we'll be looking at lyrics. We'll be looking at some stylistic choices. We'll be looking at how it all ties together. And because as an artist, that's what I do. I tie everything together. I'm so thrilled. One of the things that inspired me to make this series of videos also is um, Nightwish in so many ways is a gift. Floor in so many ways is a gift. She's doing this master class, which I'm participating in, and she opened my eyes to some things, even as a professional who teaches other people how to speak and sing better. I hadn't sung a lot in my personal life in a long time, and I would find that I would have more rasp or not as much depth, or I would practice and do a set, and I'd wind up, hoarse. Second master class of Floors, which talks about support and breath control. And I may deconstruct that video at another time, but I want to stick with the music because it's Nightwish. But the just using in that very brief master class some things she talked about and having them in the forefront of my mind, I was able to get through a set singing, and I wasn't hoarse. and my throat wasn't sore. And I came out of it with resonance instead of rasp, which it had been years since I had done a set and come out with real resonance instead of rasp. And it was such a huge gift, such a huge gift. And I might tear up. I don't know. I'm sorry. Such a huge gift that Floor is giving through this masterclass to not just new singers, but some more seasoned singers about, bringing some new perspectives that they may not be familiar with into how she gets that glorious sound that she gets, and is able to maintain that throughout a set of music that is as demanding, and if not more demanding, than your standard operatic performance. So please stick with me. If you got to this part of the video, thank you for spending this time with me. If you know Nightwish and you love Nightwish to the obsessive degree that I am right now, I do have the first few videos lined up in terms of what I plan on doing. And yes, they are the trifecta. We've got Ghost Love Story live, Ghost Love Story. What am I? Boom! Ghost Love Score live from Wacken 2013, because what else would it be? We've also got Poet and the Pendulum, the version, I believe, from Wembley, and also Greatest Show on Earth from Tampere. And if I pronounce that wrong, I apologize. I'm trying. But got those three that I've already lined up. But I don't have to do it in that order. I plan to start with Ghost Love Score, because my God, how can you not? But otherwise, I want to know from you what of this music you would like to see looked at from multiple angles, from sort of a deconstructed viewpoint, more than just a reaction. Although, y'all, come on. I mean, there's a reason I'm coiffed the way that I am, but and I'm sure there will be some amusing moments of old fat white dude trying to, bang his head, and that's fine. I welcome your amusement. But if there is a path, if there is a journey, a way that you think I should navigate through this, I would love to have your advice. Oh, we have a guest for a minute. I would love to have your advice on what the path is that I should take on this journey. What is the path that I should take on this journey as I navigate through the Nightwish catalog? I am trying to stick more with live videos, because that way we can really see how the vocal production is happening. Although, no, I am not approaching this as a vocal coach reacts to. I'm going a little more broader than that. But please share with me. I'm here to be a part of this community with you. Share with me what you think the journey should be as I navigate my way through the wonderland, the other side, after diving into the Nightwish rabbit hole. So I will hopefully see you in the first video of that series. That's kind of what I'm going to be focusing on, because that's really where my brain's at right now. But it relates to everything else that we are going to do on this channel. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. And I'm gonna go edit this so I can do that first not a reaction video and revel in that with you. I hope you're staying well. I hope you're staying safe. And remember, words have meaning, so choose them wisely. Zatem, Inkstand channel. Like, subscribe. If you're interested in knowing what's going on, I invite you, please go on this journey with me, and we can share in this together. Like, subscribe, like the video, subscribe to the channel, get notified when I post a new one. Love to everyone. Take care of your mind, body, and spirit.